Hello, thanks for joining us again. Just away for the weekend up in North Yorkshire. We're kind of on the western side of North Yorkshire, just on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales, and we're staying at a campsite called Orcaber Farm near Austwick. I'm not sure, probably knowing the Yorkshire folk it'll be Oswick or something like that, but anyway, Austwick.
Apologies to Yorkshire people.
Apologies to Yorkshire people, but you know what it's like with some of these places, they just have their own way of saying some of these names or whatever. But yeah, so we're just heading out for a walk. We're just kind of below Ingleborough, but it's over there up in the clouds, and we're not heading that far today. We're going to be heading up through the village of Austwick, which is beautiful. We were up there yesterday afternoon for a meal in the lovely Gamecock pub. Really recommended if you are ever out this way. Food was great, and we might finish up there for a beer after, all being well. And we're just going to skirt around below Thwaite Scars down into the village of Clapham. Not the London Clapham, the Yorkshire version, and then back through the fields into Austwick again, and then back across to the campsite. But as I say, we might have a break for a beer before we get back. We've never done the walk before, first time in this particular area. We've been over the other side of Ingleborough, but yeah, so we don't know what we'll find, so why not join us and see how it goes. It's about a mile from the campsite we're staying at into the village of Austwick, so obviously a mile back as well. And the actual circuit, so anybody who's doing this route, and I will plot the route down below on OS Maps, anybody's doing the route, it's only about 5 miles, and it's I don't know how easy it is. That we're going to cut across to the woodland above Clapham, and then there's a variety of paths that you can choose down there, so we'll kind of make it up as we go along, but the route that you'll see down below will be the one that we followed. But obviously if it says it's about 7.5, 8 miles, you can knock a couple of miles off if you're not staying at the campsite and you're just doing it from Austwick. Weather-wise, as you can see, it's a bit of sunshine peeping through behind me. That's why the screen's a little bit dark. But up over you can't see Ingleborough, and there's some ominous grey clouds, but I think they're kind of forming over the mountains, so fingers crossed we'll be okay. So we're just coming into the village of Austwick now. Show you a couple of the sites. Only a tiny village, but some lovely little cottages and whatever. Just one pub and a little village shop.
Patisserie?
Oh yeah, pub with a patisserie cum bakery. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, some really nice food. I'll show you around anyway. Right, so just passed right through pretty little Austwick, and we're just heading up Townhead Lane, and then we should pick up a footpath to the left shortly up here. One thing on this walk, we've had so much rain lately. I was wondering whether the fields would be passable really with mud, but fingers crossed. So far, it seemed pretty good. But it's on limestone, so it's always quite well drained. Just getting towards Thwaite Scars now. I'll try and give you a better view. Very rugged and beautiful already. Nice and peaceful. Now that you can barely hear the A59. Right, after crossing that field, we come out at a wooden stile and turn left to join the Pennine Bridleway, and we follow that for quite a way now before our path leaves on the right again. But while we're here, just want to do a couple of shout outs. First one is to a lovely gentleman called Patrick Leach, otherwise known as the Solitary Rambler on YouTube, and I just wanted to say hello, Patrick, and say thanks very much for the really nice shout out you gave me over on your channel the other week. So very much appreciated. Love watching your videos, and I'll see you again soon. And the second one is to Darren Basford, Daz Bass 007. I'll put links to both those channels down below, and Daz very kindly reached out to send me one of his personalised mugs. Now, as I'm doing this walk, we've had some delivery problems, so I've still not received it, but I'm hoping by the time this video is published, I'll be able to cut to a short clip of me gurning with my new mug. But anyway,
that's already something to look forward to.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Cheers, Daz. Much appreciated. See you on the trail. Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much, Daz. Much appreciated. Catch you soon. Two great channels. Check them out. Now that we're just past Thwaite Scars, you can see up to the right, or you would be able to see up to the right over Ingleborough, but the summit's bathed in cloud. But yeah, I think I'd definitely come back here again, and I still need to do Ingleborough. I've never been up there before, so I think I'd come back here and maybe do the walk from here. I think the circuit's probably around about 12-13 miles, something like that, so it's a good old walk. We weren't going to do that today, but yeah, it looks stunning up there. So as we come down to this pine plantation, we just take a right. You can, if you want to cut it short, you can go straight down to Clapham village straight ahead, but we're going to cut up around the woodland just to extend the walk a bit. Okay, after climbing for, well, approximately a kilometre or so, roughly in the direction up towards Ingleborough, we've reached the furthest point of the walk now, and you'll see the stile to your left, which drops down into the valley where Clapham Beck runs down, and we're just going to take that path, drop down there, and then find a path to the left to take us down towards the village of Clapham. You alright, Maria? Right, onward then. There's our bridge, just over there. We've got some interesting mud to negotiate to get there. Oh, look at this. Rather pretty, isn't it? Right, so after negotiating the mud and climbing over footbridge across Clapham Beck, we just take a left, and we've entered into Ingleborough Hall Nature Reserve, I think. If you turn right, I think you can go up to Ingleborough Cave, which I think there's an entrance fee for, so we're too tight for that. So we're just dropping down through the nature reserve towards Clapham. This is quite impressive. Looks like a folly of some sort from Ingleborough Hall estate. Beautifully made. Down towards the end, the beck's been dammed to make a beautiful lake. It's a really nice trail down this way. So yeah, it's been a nice route back down. Yeah, just about to emerge into the village of Clapham now, so we'll just have a quick mooch around there and then pick our path back across the fields to Austwick again. Right, so we exited the trail through a little visitor centre, and then we're carrying on down into the village. Ignore the first bridge across past the church, which is signposted for Austwick. Carry on down into the village, and I think we need the second bridge across the river, and then we'll pick up our path just down there. If there's anything more to show you in the village, we'll do that, but doesn't look to be very much to it, does there?
No.
Yeah, it's quite a nice village all the same. Just as you come across the little footbridge, you'll see the turn left at the lake house bar and kitchen, and you'll see a sign for the Austwick footpath. What did it say? Was it 1.5 miles, 1.3 miles? 1.25 miles. Right, so the footpath leaves at the far end of the pay and display car park there. There's also toilets there if you need, and actually the sign said 1/2 mile, not 1.5 miles, so we're not too far back from being back in Austwick now. See how muddy it is on this dairy farm though. Yeah, so as the track out of the farmyard bends to the right, you'll see the path leave through a rickety iron gate right in front of you, so don't miss that, and then you're immediately out into the fields. It's a little bit muddy, but it's not too bad. Now we've not done too bad for rain, considering it's late November in Yorkshire, but it looks like it's just starting to come in a little bit, so we'll get through this last bit and then hopefully just bob in the pub for a little bit of refreshment. Been a beautiful walk though. Alright, a few drops of rain coming in, but nothing serious. I think we've done pretty well. So we're just dropping down towards Austwick again. Only a short walk. If you'd have parked up in Austwick itself to do it, it would be only just over 5 miles from the campsite where you're staying at. By the time we get back, it'll be around about 7. But if you've watched this far, thanks very much for joining us. Maybe you'd like to do all that likey, subscribing malarkey, particularly if you've not subscribed already. I would really appreciate that. Helps the channel enormously. But with that, we'll say farewell. Thanks for joining us, and we might just bring you back for a cheers if the pub's not too busy. Going for a little light refreshment. Yeah. See you soon, folks.
Bye.
Bye. Thwaites IPA.